Brooke, Kieran just texted me to tell me that you've gone into labor. How could you do that whilst I'm not there? I told you not to have the baby this weekend because I was away, and you've gone and done exactly the opposite of what I said. I bet you've done it on purpose, haven't you? How selfish can you get? I wanted to be at the birth of my first grandchild, but you just had to go and have it whilst I was away, didn't you? Have you done this on purpose? Just to spite me? I mean, I know that you don't like me, but this is just taking the mick. Brooke, are you going to answer me? Or are you just going to ignore me simply because you feel like being spiteful, huh? Brooke.
Mom, it's Hugo. We really don't have time for your dramatics right now. Stop trying to make everything about you. This isn't mine, Brooke's, and our baby's time now, not yours. Also, it's ridiculous that you think that Brooke decided to have the baby whilst you were away simply to spite you. Labor doesn't work like that, and you know it. She can't decide when to have the baby, it just happens. So stop being so antagonistic, okay? We already have a lot going on right now. I don't need to be dealing with you as well.
Well, I was simply frustrated that I won't be there to see my grandchild. I wasn't trying to cause an argument.
That's rubbish and you know it. Stop trying to cause an argument, especially with my wife who's just gone into labor. She has enough stress about it at the minute. She doesn't need you adding to it. I'll message you sometime later. For now, just leave me and Brooke alone to get through this. We don't know what might happen and I'm already worried enough, so just stop, okay?
Fine. There's no need to be so grumpy.
Okay, goodbye, Mom.
I mean, I was just explaining how I was disappointed that I wouldn't be able to be at the birth of my grandchild, even though I said that I wanted to be. Hugo? Fine, be like that. See if I care. Just know that you won't be getting any presents or anything from me for this baby. Not after how you've treated me. Now, don't bother messaging me. I mean it. I won't answer. Got it? Hugo, has the baby been born yet? I mean, honestly, this is taking forever. Tell Brooke to hurry up. I want some pictures already. I mean, I might not be able to see the child in person for a few days, so the least you can do is send me some pictures through.
No, Mom, the baby hasn't been born yet.
That's because that wife of yours is just lazy. By this time, I had already had you, and we were both relaxing in the hospital room, sleeping. But Brooke is just very lazy, so of course it's going to take her longer to actually give birth to the baby. I feel sorry for the child already. At least it will have you as its father. That's all this child has going for it. Of course, I'll lend a helping hand as well. This baby will need all the help it can get if it's going to have any hope with Brooke as a mother.
If you say one more bad word about my wife, then you won't get to see the baby at all.
Fine, I'll be quiet. Just message me when it finally happens.
Yes, fine, whatever. Now goodbye. Please don't message me again. I'll message you when everything is settled down, okay?
Fine.
Hi, Mom. I'm just messaging to let you know that Brooke has had the baby. It's a beautiful little girl. And we've named her Adrian.
Oh, what a stupid name. What is that even from? It sounds like a boy's name. Why not give her a proper feminine name? Something like Laura, Margaret, or even Francine.
You want us to name our daughter after you?
Well, why not? Fathers name their sons after them all of the time. Why can't I have a little baby Francine? It's a much better name than Adrian.
Okay, first of all, Adrian is a lovely name which we both picked out together. It has a special meaning to us as it was from the very first film we ever watched together. And secondly, we're not naming our baby after you. That's a ridiculous idea. Me and Brooke will name our child what we like, not what you want. After all, we're the ones who will be looking after her the majority of the time.
So that's it then? No one else gets to have a choice or say in the matter? You or Brooke just do whatever you want?
Yep, that's how it's gonna go. Me and the mother of our child get to decide the baby's name. I'm afraid that's just how things are gonna go.
Oh well, I guess it can't be helped. I'll just have to make sure the child knows that I wasn't the one who gave her such a ridiculous name. Anyway, I'll be around in about 2 hours to see my granddaughter. Make sure that Brooke is decent and the baby is awake. I don't want to make this trip for no reason if the baby isn't even awake to see me.
Whoa, hold up. You can't come and see anyone yet. Me and Brooke have decided that we want a few days of peace and quiet so that we can spend them being a little family and bonding with our new daughter. When we're ready for visitors, we'll let people know, but that won't be for at least a few days first.
So, not only did Brooke go into labor when I specifically told her not to, but now she's refusing me my right to see my grandchild?
You don't have any right to my baby whatsoever. And anyway, this was my idea, not Brooke's, so if you have a problem with me and my wife taking some time to bond with her baby, then you'll have to take it up with me, got it? And if you want any chance of spending time with Adrian, then you better start behaving like an adult and stop your complaining and bitterness. I won't have my daughter being taught a bad attitude by you.
I'm not the problem. You and Brooke are. You're acting all high and mighty just because you've had a baby? Newsflash. You're not the first people to have a child, and you certainly won't be the last. It's nothing special. So, if you don't let me come and see her now, then don't bother messaging me later. I'm not a dog you can just expect to respond to your every whim.
Fine, don't bother coming around at all then. You're the only one who's gonna miss out. Me and Brooke are more than happy putting all of our time, effort, and love into Adrian, whether you're there or not.
Are you serious? You're actually going to just allow me to not meet my grandchild? You're not even going to fight me on it?
Nope.
Ugh! Your generation is so disrespectful nowadays. Whatever happened to listening to and respecting your elders?
You get respect when you show people respect. You can't just go around demanding it and then treating people like rubbish because they haven't done what you've said or let you get your way. It doesn't work like that.
Fine then. Just to prove you wrong, I'll wait until you let me know when I can come and see my granddaughter. But you better not make me wait too long.
You'll wait until me and Brooke are ready to have visitors. Being first-time parents isn't going to be easy, and we want to try and establish a routine before anyone comes over to see us. It'll just make things much easier for us.
Fine. Well, I suppose I'll have plenty of time with the baby in a couple of months when Brooke goes back to work. You'll need a babysitter. And as I'm the child's grandmother, I'm obviously the one who will look after her.
Actually, we'll be fine for a little while. Me and Brooke have been saving up since we knew we were gonna have a baby, and we've actually got quite a nice little nest egg. It's enough that Brooke won't have to go back to work for quite a while anyway, at least 6 months.
That's unacceptable. Brooke should go back to work as soon as possible. I can look after the baby.
Mom!
What?
Whatever, I'm going now. Brooke is waking up and I want to spend time with my wife and our baby, not arguing with you.
Fine, I won't bother you again. Jeez, talk about an ungrateful and selfish son.
Seriously, Francine? What is wrong with you? Why did you do that?
What?
You know what? You forcefully took over attending to Adrian even though I was handling her just fine. You made a huge scene whilst doing so as well. So much so that everyone began staring at us. So many people gave me dirty looks.
Well, you weren't saying to her quick enough. Adrian was crying and clearly in a tizzy, and you simply weren't making her comfortable and happy in a quick enough fashion. Instead, you were messing about doing God knows what. So of course I had to step in before the little baby got too upset.
Okay, I wasn't taking too long to tend to Adrian. I was simply trying to figure out what was wrong with her. I was checking her nappy and trying to see what she actually wanted to make her happy. I didn't need your interference in this. I had everything under control. In fact, you getting involved only made Adrian more upset. All she wanted was her nappy changing and a little cuddle, but you began messing about with her for no reason, which just made her hot and bothered and even more upset.
I did no such thing. You were the one who upset her. You're a horrible mother.
Wow, thanks for that. You know, if you think that you're going to be coming out with me and Adrian again anytime soon, you are sadly mistaken.
What? You can't do that. I am her grandmother. I'm allowed to see my granddaughter whenever I want to.
No, You can see her when I or Hugo say you can. She's our daughter, so we decided who she sees and who she doesn't. With how you've behaved these last couple of weeks, you're now on the list of people we don't want interacting with our baby. Not until you sort out your behavior.
You are seriously the worst thing to happen to my family. I hope you know that. My Hugo would have never dared to be so brash and rude towards me before he met you. In fact, with how you two behave, you don't deserve to raise a child. She's just going to end up as spoiled, disrespectful, and horrible as you are.
I think you're talking about yourself there.
What? I am not. I'm one of the kindest people you'll ever have the pleasure of meeting, actually.
Okay, well, you clearly need to look up the definition of what kind is in the dictionary. Once you've done that, then you can tell me if you fit the description or not. Now, I am done talking to you. I'm already rather annoyed with you after what you've done, so I just want to go and spend some time with my daughter. I already have to look after one baby. I don't need a second one on top of that.
Are you calling me a baby?
Well, with how you're acting lately...
I'll have you know, I'm extremely pleasant and lots of people like me.
Great. Go spend time with them then, and leave me alone.
If I had any choice, I would never have picked you as a daughter-in-law. You were just so... ugh.
And I wish you weren't my mother-in-law. But seeing as I love Hugo, that's not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, well, just remember that Hugo is my son, which means that I'll be involved in the raising of this child as well. God knows she needs a proper female role model, especially with you as her mother.
Actually, both me and Hugo will get to decide who is involved in Adrian's life. And if we feel that you aren't conducive to her learning, then we simply won't let you near her. More than that, I am a perfectly capable mom, and me and my daughter are getting on just fine. I don't need someone like you trying to chime in and make it seem like I'm a horrible mom and role model.
But you are. And all I need to do is wait for it to be proven. You'll mess up eventually, and then I'll be here to say I told you so.
If that's what you think, then so be it. But I know what's right and what's not. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go. Goodbye. Oh, and you're not allowed around mine and Hugo's house for the next few weeks. We've both decided this, so you'll just have to deal with it.
Fine. I'm going on holiday anyway. Much better than spending time with you. Hugo? Hugo, where are you? I want to come over and see the baby.
We're not in.
You've not been in for ages. I know you're just trying to avoid me.
That's not true. However, being first-time parents and having a new baby keeps us quite busy a lot of the time.
Well, you should make time for your mother.
Yes, well, you need to understand that I'm also busy, so you need to try and work around us a little bit as well.
Whatever. I'm coming over.
Mom, we're not there.
Well, then, you better hurry up and get back home then, shouldn't you? I'll be there in 20 minutes. That should give you plenty of time to get back and tidy up a little bit. I just know that your place is probably a trip. See you soon, Hugo. I've reached the house, but where are you? Your large TV got broken accidentally? Oops.
It's been a month since we moved out.
Huh? What are you on about? You've not moved. Hugo would have told me otherwise.
Actually, I asked him not to tell you yet, as I was enjoying knowing that you couldn't just pop over whenever you felt like it. And what do you mean you broke the TV? How are you even in the house to do that?
Well, when no one answered the door, I forced my way in.
You mean you broke into a house that isn't yours?
Well, you wouldn't let me in.
I just told you that we don't live there anymore, so we can't let you in. We don't have the keys.
But then, if you're serious, whose house have I just broken into?
That would be the Robinsons. They bought the property off of us. They're a lovely couple, but they will probably be quite annoyed at having their home broken into, that's for sure.
Oh no, what should I do? I can't be caught trespassing. They could potentially call the police on me. This is all your fault. You purposefully made this whole situation happen.
I didn't make you break into someone's home. That was all your decision.
What? No. This is your fault. You could have told me you had moved. You didn't tell me you did on purpose to embarrass me. You need to stop being so disrespectful of me and just admit that you are purposefully trying to make me look bad. Oh God, I think a car just pulled up. Right, that's it. You need to take the fall on this for me.
No.
Huh? What do you mean, no?
I'm not going to take the fall for something that you have done in your ignorance and selfishness. All you needed to do was respect mine and Hugo's wishes in letting us have some time to get used to having a baby in our lives now, and to stop with your harassing and degrading comments. But you chose not to do that, and so you've got to pay the consequences for it now. As well as that, after this little stunt, you're not going to see Adrian or have anything to do with her ever again. I'm fed up with this disgusting behavior of yours. Both me and Hugo have told you to sort out how you've been acting if you wanted any hope of being involved in our daughter's life. But you've completely ignored what we said, and you've gone on some crazy tantrum where you've decided that breaking and entering is acceptable. I'm not going to have some crazy lady who thinks that's okay around my daughter. I will also be getting a restraining order against you for all of my family. We don't want anything to do with you. You've had your chances, and you've blown them. There's nothing left to do now but remove you completely from our lives.
But I'm your mother-in-law.
No, you're just a crazy woman who won't stop harassing my family. You gave up your right to call yourself my mother-in-law when you didn't respect or listen to me when I tried to set boundaries for myself and my family.
Well, can you blame me? You're a terrible mother. Your baby won't be raised properly. I can help, if only you'd let me.
And have her turn out crazy like you?
I'm not crazy.
I'm pretty sure breaking and entering into someone's home just because you're being petty is a pretty insane thing to do. Don't you think so?
No.
Uh-huh. Sure. That sounded convincing.
Whatever. I still have a right to see my granddaughter.
No, you don't. And even if me and Hugo split up, there's no way I'd just let you raise my daughter. She's still my daughter, and I'm still more than capable to raise her properly on my own. Luckily, I won't have to find out how to do it alone because I have Hugo, and we are more than happy to raise our daughter together. We love one another and our little girl, and nothing is going to tear our little family apart, especially not you.
You make me seem like the most horrible person alive. I'm not that bad. You and Hugo are the ones pushing me to act like this. If you would just let me spend time with my granddaughter how I like, whenever I want to, then we wouldn't be having these problems.
For the last time, she's our daughter, not yours. You don't get any say in what goes on in her life. And I think until you learn that, it would be better if you just stayed away from me and my family permanently.
You can't do that, Brooke.
Yes, I can actually.
Well, fine. I'm going. Don't expect me to ever help you out again.
Sounds good to me. You've been more of a hindrance than a help anyway. So by you leaving, we'll have one less problem to deal with and a whole lot of stress removed.
Ugh, you're supposed to be upset that I'm going.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
If I go now, just know I won't be coming back ever. This will be the last time you ever see or hear from me. Do you really want that?
If it means keeping my family safe because you can't just act like a normal person, then it's just a consequence I'll have to live with. In the end, you're the one choosing to leave my family, not the other way around. You've made this situation yourself. No one else has forced you to be so horrible and impossible to be around. That's all you.
So you're seriously okay with letting your own mother-in-law go off into the world alone where anything can happen to her?
You're a grown woman. I'm sure you can handle yourself just fine.
Fine then. I'm going. I hope you are happy now.
Actually, yeah, I am quite happy, thanks.
Ugh.
Goodbye, Francine. I hope you have a nice life.
Whatever. I hope yours is horrible.
Classy. Goodbye.
Bye.
After Francine's crazy breaking and entering, I did decide to get a restraining order against her just in case, for all of my family. However, true to her word, I've not seen or heard from her since that day. Since then, life has gotten much easier for me, Hugo, and our little girl. We're much calmer and much more happy now as a family. We spend as much time as possible together, and me and Hugo are enjoying every moment of being new parents. And we're even discussing possibly having a second child, although that might be a little ways off yet. Either way though, I can't wait.